Hello and welcome to So Bad It's Good. That's Dave.
Something's going on, can I smell your dick?
That's Chris.
I think I'm happy. Getting all the small things in life.
And my name's Tom.
Oh, I don't like the way you said that. My name's Tom and I'd like to look up your skirt.
Ooh, he likes this.
We watched a lovely little knockoff of E.T. called Mac and Me.
Out of this world and into your heart.
It's kind of out of this world into your nightmares.
Definitely an E.T. rip-off. This movie came out in 1988 and E.T. came out in 1982. Opens up with a NASA probe floating through space, goes past what we assume to be Saturn. The probe then sucks up an alien family. They pop out of the probe in a lab. They get separated. Mac, who is the main protagonist...
That's grandiose.
What, to call him a protagonist?
As a protagonist, but yeah, I guess he is.
Mac secretly sneaks away in a human family's car. That family happens to be moving to California. The rest of the alien family wander in the desert whistling for almost the entire runtime of the movie. Mac then freaks out the humans. The boy in the wheelchair, who is our main human boy, he falls off a cliff. He's fine. They then go to a McDonald's birthday party. They get chased by the government. They find the alien family in a cave. They give them Coca-Cola and everyone is fine. They then go to the services. They then blow up the services. The boy in the wheelchair then dies. The boy in the wheelchair is then brought back to life. They subtly imply that there might be a sequel and then the film ends. It's basically just a dog shit commercial for Coca-Cola and McDonald's. Mac is actually named after the founder of McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's why they've given him the name.
But the initials of Mac
Stands for Mysterious
Alien Creature.
I bet someone was so pleased with themselves when they come up with that. I reckon they realised very quickly that A would mean alien.
Yeah.
And then they were batting around a lot of
With
like
M and C, where'd you go from it? Yeah.
mad alien cunt.
It's been made by committee, and that committee was almost exclusively full of marketing executives. However, there are a lot of bits in it that are
funny.
Fantastic.
So first of all, you've got the family of aliens. You've got Mac's one of them.
Oh God, they are awful.
Oh, I think they are real.
They look like Arseface from Preacher.
I don't know what
Neither
that
do I,
reference
but
means.
our
It sounds
space
brilliant.
works perfect.
Well, I believe that the only reason they have bumhole-shaped mouths is because that's the easiest shape to fit a straw in so that they can consistently hold cans of Coke or McDonald's cups. One of the best things about this film when watching it was thinking, how did anyone think this was okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
was
that in
totally
itself
struck
just
by that.
breeds
Yeah.
like hilarity. Just
I
every
agree.
time you see them, every time they appear on screen, it is horrifically hilarious. Fun fact for you, this movie cost them $13 million to make and it made $6 million at the box office. There is a promotional thing with Ronald McDonald
Hi, kids. It's me, Ronald McDonald.
wanting to introduce Mac,
Mac? Anybody seen Mac?
yet they don't feature Mac, and nor does he feature in any of the trailer that Ronald McDonald introduces.
Where'd he go?
Because they look so terrible, they knew that no one would come to see the film if it actually
I
came to it.
100% believe that.
That boy that you see first off that you think is going to be the main kid in it, he's John Connor's irritating friend in Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Yes.
So you've got the main character who is Eric.
Can we get out and watch?
So he's a boy in a wheelchair, which when I first saw that, I thought, that seems pretty progressive. This movie's made kind of late 80s.
I agree.
They've made a choice to have a kind of a lead character with a disability, spina bifida. He's
the one,
got, which means he's a wheelchair user.
Doesn't surprise me from McDonald's though, because they do a lot with kids' charities.
If this movie had made any money, apparently a lot
Would
of
have gone
the
to it,
profit
yeah.
would have gone to the McDonald's Charitable Trust. But I did
Sorry, kids.
Yeah. A little bit of cynicism crept in last night as I was watching it, because I did start to feel like the only reason they made the choice to cast a boy in a wheelchair was because they couldn't get away with just having kids riding around on BMXs because it had been done already. Driving down a freeway, and there is a point where it's quite clearly not him in the chair. They cut just a second before. I swear that whatever the dummy was in that wheelchair got absolutely mangled by one of those cars.
Low counters, wide hallways, and you can see out of every window.
So they make a big point of saying that the house that they've moved into is a bungalow and there's no stairs.
Hey, is that all ours?
Yeah, about the first 25 yards.
Wow, is all that land ours? And the mum says, no, only about the first 25 yards. She doesn't then mention that the following 25 yards are at like
really
a 1 in
steep
8
drop.
gradient. That leads to a fucking cliff.
Important to know for someone on wheels.
Even if he didn't have a wheelchair, you'd still tell your kids that.
You would, yeah.
And then you get the strangest green screen thing of Max. And then gets saved by Matt. Tries to tell his mum that there is a little creature rolling about.
Did you see him?
But no one believes him.
They think he's tried to commit suicide.
Your mother tells me that you've been seeing some things.
Nice green vest, isn't it?
It's a little creature. Just the things
Little bit creepy, Dave. Huh?
It's a bit creepy, Dave.
I used to have a vest like that.
No. Oh, nearly see his nips through that.
No.
What's happened essentially is Mac has gaslighted the poor child, and then he's attempted suicide.
He's made it look that way, yeah.
There's little more to say about Eric than that. I find him annoying. You said that he's not that bad. If I'm honest, it's probably just it's child actors. Child actors in an 80s movie that's not that well written. Michael is Eric's big brother. He fancies Courtney.
Nice meeting you.
Me too. You never told me about her.
He drives the van. That's all he really does in the movie.
They needed a reason for the kids or to be able to get to somewhere
around.
else.
Yeah.
So they can't drive themselves. They just need someone to get them there.
This is where we should probably bring in talking about Debbie.
Brother, where are you from?
The weird next door neighbour. I found her irritating from the outset. You thought she was actually quite an
To
enjoyable
begin with,
character to
also
start with.
a cultural appropriator as well.
Shh. We're communing with the air spirits.
Right.
What I kind of liked about her is that she was the only character with character.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Looks like you'll be an interesting addition.
Essentially, no one believes Eric that there is this little creature. Even his brother doesn't believe him, but she does.
Why didn't you tell him that you saw him? Because nobody would believe it.
They then get a Hoover out.
Here, strap this vacuum cleaner on your back. We're gonna suck him up.
She's got the Hoover on her back.
Don't hurt him! You're hurting him!
This was great.
Get up into the Hoover and then across some quite clearly laid tracks through both the wall and the ceiling. She is basically dragged around.
I genuinely like that.
The brother comes in and obviously everyone then believes what's going on. You have this kind of Close Encounters type thing where you've got this Hoover that's backlit and then this kind of alien hand that pops up, which to me would make some sense if it was the first time you were being introduced to this alien.
Yes.
But we've
yes.
already seen his horrific looking face and his gangly fingers and everything else.
How did they not realise they look so grotesque?
Here's your baby. He brought it to you.
Easy now.
They look like the Toxic Avenger.
Why haven't they got chins? If you just gave them a chin, then they wouldn't look quite as...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even...
It's like a gormless...
Kind of like they've been tortured and they've had their lips ripped off or their chin just like their lower mandible is just gone.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Michael, Eric's brother.
I'm Courtney, Deb's sister.
Courtney, who is Debbie's sister, who is the fourth of our kind of four
Yeah.
lead characters.
There's
Love
really
interest for
nothing
Michael,
to
but-
say about her.
No, what
either.
have I written about her?
She works at McDonald's.
Be careful.
She helps Michael and Eric find Mac's family, which basically means she does a bit of the driving. I think the only reason she works in the McDonald's is so that they can have her for almost the entire movie dressed in a McDonald's uniform.
Do you know, for all that, like, obviously this is a large part of this is advertising McDonald's. I thought in the beginning they didn't actually do too bad of a job of making that at least, because I don't mind product placement.
No.
As long as it's relevant.
It's McDonald's, huh?
Yeah. Why don't you stop by for a Big Mac?
The major funders for the movie were both McDonald's and Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
When Mac sneaks into the car, he steals Eric's can of Coke and drinks it. So discovers that he likes sugary drinks. Well, that's fine. I mean, it then becomes nonsensical when we get to the point later in the movie where they discover Mac's family, who look dead. They are then revived with cans of Coke.
Like some magical elixir.
Oh, fine, that's good enough.
There's only 2 cans left.
That's fine, let's go. Come on, Eric. Come on, Eric.
They definitely come off worse in this film, Coca-Cola, than McDonald's.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I do. Well, definitely, because it's the aliens' desire for Coca-Cola that leads to them getting shot at, the service station blowing up, and the boy dying. They're at the service station to get gas and snacks. There's a girl in a convertible sitting at the next pump.
Wait and break my heart tomorrow.
Genuinely my favourite moment in this, because it is the freakiest. It almost looks like they're fucking. She doesn't scream.
The one that is the mother, she does. The one that
not until the can gets taken. You'd scream as
as
soon as you see that. You would be screaming.
And then they get out to go find themselves more Coke.
All right, buddy. Just the promotional games.
Ooh, they look funny. The dad alien just fucking man spreads for the entire time.
Oh yeah, he does.
He walks like he's fucking Buster Gonad out of Viz or something.
Yeah.
It's just like he's just got sort of some kind of horrific tumour in his undercarriage.
They basically get into this little tussle with the police. All the police are called.
Petrol station explodes.
Kid sort of
The boy
dies. In the Japanese cut, while he's wheeling over, the police officer shoots him. In the American version, or in every other version, they've cut it so it looks like he goes, in front of the explosion. No, the police officer shoots him.
Doesn't kneel on his neck or anything.
Let's get political.
They all join hands, they whistle a bit, and then he comes back to life.
Because then you're like, how do you sum this up? Are they going to send him home? Are they going to ET it and phone him home?
But this is a movie about acceptance.
That I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
Shockingly, the FBI are very accepting of this alien family.
They turn up late, like they're late for a wedding.
Are you sure? I'm positive. Let's go. We can't be late. Come on.
There's a swearing-in ceremony for citizenship, and they're
there.
There are parts of America where they can't accept other humans as being part of their country, yet they're swearing in aliens.
Are now citizens of the United States of America.
It's not worth it, Mike. Just leave. Don't touch me. It's not worth it. Don't touch me.
How do you swear someone in
that can't
speak or understand?
I'm fairly certain that it's one of the criteria of being granted
you have to
citizenship.
understand.
You have to be able to communicate in the native language.
Have you ever been a habitual drunkard?
No.
What is a drunkard?
Eric comes over and he goes to shake the hand of the little baby alien, and the alien can't quite figure out where his hand needs to be, and there's this so then he just leans in on it, and then the little girl kisses the dad on the lips, on the bumhole lips.
Required by the law. That I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law.
Within the movie, there are some very, very random scenes that make almost no sense when put into context with the rest of the movie.
What is that?
There is a scene where Mac is in a toy car being chased by dogs. Then cuts to him sat up a tree.
Well, he's got away from the dogs, hasn't he? Yeah.
But then it just changes to a different scene.
But I think there was...
Nothing happens. There's no resolution. How does he get out of the tree? Why was he in the car in the first place? What is going on?
At some point, I think they we need to make him more playful. So we're like, well, stuff him in a car and we'll just
get a load of dogs to chase him.
Yeah, that'll be funny.
They have put something down on the road in order to make the car that he's in drift round the corner.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it could be.
So you do actually see it. You see something on the ground, and the dogs go to do the same thing. And whatever they've put down, whether it's just like I reckon it might just be like rice, something that would give a little bit of or remove a bit of the friction as he goes around that corner.
He's stuck in a tree.
For some reason, at that point, it then jumps to going to the birthday party.
Oh, Matt, give me that. Did you see that?
I don't believe it. It's freaking.
Eric doesn't apparently want to leave Mac at home.
We can't leave him here like this. You have to go, Eric.
But we've already established that Mac basically just looks like a really badly designed toy.
What are you going to do?
Instead of just taking him to the restaurant as he is or leaving him at home, he has an incredibly large teddy bear.
Kinda old for a teddy, isn't he?
He's from Illinois.
And no one questions why he's brought him to the thing.
I mean,
but
no
he
one-
then explains
the
that
mum
it's a
does,
toy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, and he just says, he's my teddy bear toy.
Does your bear move?
Oh, yeah. He's one of those new computerized kind.
Bearing in mind this is the late 80s, I mean, name a single toy that could have possibly been similar to him in a teddy bear suit.
Mums don't know. Oh, it's a new computer. Was it? Oh, that's good.
But
Does that.
God, it's a fully articulated robot toy.
They get to the McDonald's not before we've seen a really impressive breakdance routine in the McDonald's car park. Fun fact, one of the kids sitting on the curb, Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Oh. Do you think she puts it on her CV still?
I imagine it's top,
I reckon,
top credit.
yeah. It's above Friends, Tom.
Yeah.
If I was Jennifer Aniston, I genuinely would put that at the top.
Yeah.
Because what? What are you going to do?
Yeah. Who doesn't know who she is?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then the dance scene starts inside the restaurant. And he's dancing on the counter, backed by the McDonald's servers. And at some point, someone says,
Well, what are we going to do?
I don't know. Just keep him dancing. They'll just think he's a teddy.
I will give this film 1.5. The half is just because those aliens look so fucking ridiculous. It's not that entertaining to watch, but there's some funny moments. I remember enjoying Mac in the car and the dogs. Again, there was no point to it, but like it just tickled me. God, he's got a dog army now.
I am going to give this film 2. I remember laughing, and I say this every time, but we laughed a lot.
Oh my God.
It's like a little naked boy running through the streets.
This honestly looks a little bit like a Primus video. It's a Primus video.
Those creatures are horrifying in the most funniest way. There are random dance scenes at McDonald's.
Like good dancers, like good on them, but like...
But why?
And the fact that the story is coherent enough that you can follow it, you can sit there, you can miss out a load of stuff and still know what you're watching. If you're with a group of mates, you can literally laugh at it.
You could put it on in the background, yeah.
Our viewing experience of this movie was probably one of the most enjoyable that I think we've sat and watched. Literally, from the moment it started to the moment it finished,
Bloody aliens.
we laughed at the appalling aliens heartily.
That is...
Is that Mac?
Yeah,
or is that me? Oh.
If I were to suggest to someone that they were going to watch this by themselves, I would say don't do it. However, I'm going to give this a solid 3. As a group viewing experience, I had a lot of fun watching this.
Knocking one out under the stars. That's what his face says, isn't it?
It's not so bad it's good, but it is also not so bad it's bad. It gets enough wrong that it works on that level of just being a really entertaining bit of nonsense.
You know what? I've never done this.
Oh.
You changed your mind?
I'm taking away my 2 and I'm giving it a 3.
Upgrading it to a 3.
I'm upgrading it to a 3 for sure.
Nah, still get 1.5 from me. It's a joke that runs thin pretty quickly.
No, it doesn't.
For me.
No, it doesn't. Every time they appear on the screen.
So, Mac and Me comes away with a respectable 7.5. If you've got mates, watch it with them. There we go. So, if you got this far, what should they do?
Oh, sorry, it's my turn this time.
Give yourself a medal.
Like it, subscribe to it, click the bell, and you'll get more of this nonsense. We watch these things so you don't have to watch these things, so that you can then go and watch these things.
Join us next time. We'll see you for another film.